And Zelma, I'll turn the floor over to you.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited today to share our journey from chaos to success, how we transform instructional design at NMSU Global Campus with CDI. CDI stands for Course Development Institute. Uh, First, I want to introduce myself. Hello, I am Zelma Soto-Rodriguez. I am a lead instructional designer at NMSU Global, and it's a pleasure to be here today with you. I joined NMSU in 2021. I hold a master's degree in learning design and technology from CU Denver, which I completed in 2020. I am based in Colorado since 2017, but I am originally from Puerto Rico. So I share a little bit of my flags here so you remember a little bit of my identity that I wanted to share. Our session outcomes, hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will be able to first recognize the steps taken to develop a structured instructional design process in whatever institution you're at. Secondly, we implement strategies for effective collaboration between instructional designers and subject matter experts. And finally, apply improvements to enhance course development, efficiency, and quality. So hopefully you will learn together with me. A little bit of context. You hear me saying CDI. CDI stands for Course Development Institute. And what CDI is at NMSU Global Campus is a 12-week program that helps faculty create high-quality online courses. It includes a partnership between SMEs and IDs, subject matter experts and instructional designers, who work together in the design and development of an online course, applying quality standards and best practices. And as a result, we have a high-quality academic course. And I specify academic course because we also, in NMSU Global, we do micro-learning courses, we do other training courses, but this is specifically for credit for our online programs. So that's at a glance what CDI is and how do we get there. So this graphic shows our historical course development from fall 2021 to fall 2024. And as you can see, our story has a happy ending. We have been successful. And my intention today is to share what we did to improve our course design and development process. So from 7 courses, and if I touch this, maybe it shows, no, it's not showing the 7, but the first fall 2021, we completed 7 courses, and now in 2024-5, we completed an average of 40 courses each semester since 24. So that's a huge improvement. I want to share a little bit of context. The NMSU Global Campus was established in 2023. Before that, we had NMSU Online and other face-to-face, we share face-to-face courses and online courses, but wasn't very official until we transitioned from a mix to fully online programs. And as a result, we needed to make changes to our processes to achieve a more structured and efficient course development process, to increase faculty engagement, to improve overall quality and efficiency, align with the mission of the new NMSU Global Campus, and just improve students' learning outcomes and help them be successful. So this is the story of what we did. Before our success, what I define as chaos, or some challenges we faced in our course development processes include a lack of faculty incentives. And we work a lot with volunteer faculty members. There was limited motivation or compensation to prioritize the course development task, which is a heavy lift for some faculty members. And that really affected the overall engagement and the consistency of the final product. There was a little bit of confusion regarding the responsibilities and expectations of everyone involved in the process. So you will meet with a faculty member and they are like, what is an instructional designer? Why do I need to work with you? And yeah, just why, a lot of whys and not a lot of answers. There was a lack of a structure and systematic process with clearly defined workflow, with established timelines, checkpoints, milestones. So without that, it was difficult to ensure timely progress and accountability. There was a lack of training for SMEs and IDs, really on overall best practices for a collaborative course design, instructional tools, maybe project management strategies. So it was, we all had like our master's degree in learning design and technology, but really a training about the process specific to us was missing. And then back in the day, there was a mix of part-time and full-time instructional designers. And this really resulted in inconsistent time commitment or availability. We had maybe some faculty members who wanted to meet more, but then these people had their like day jobs and then little time to really dedicate to these tasks. So all of these factors contributed to incomplete course designs and just affected the overall quality and consistency of the final products. So knowing that, how did we succeed? What did we do to defy the chaos? It is just a wordplay. So because we established NMSU Global Campus, there was an admin shift. So we were able to pay stipends for faculty from 2023 on. And that really improved their engagement. So faculty received stipends, and the time and effort involved in developing a high quality course, an engaging course, an innovative course, just it's way better. We also have a little help with the legal team to improve contracts. So contracts now define expectations, make them transparent. And this agreement helps faculty stay aligned, accountable, and on track to complete course development projects successfully and on time. And then faculty who successfully complete the course development institute or the process earn a digital badge that highlight their skills in online course design. And these credentials can be shared on professional platforms like LinkedIn and just serve as a visible recognition of their professional development, their commitment to quality, innovation, and best practices in online teaching. And we use Badger as our issuer and NMSU, to back up this badges. So it's pretty official, pretty exciting, just like the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, right? Badging. So the other important change we implemented was to clarify the roles everyone play in this collaboration. And we started doing kickoff meeting more formally in that time of 2023. And this one was one of the first graphics we shared with SMEs and IDs. So the subject matter expert are supposed to be the content expert, and they determine the course objectives, so that they're the liaison between the departments or the programs. They are responsible for selecting materials, teaching strategies, assessment methods, but they're also responsible to implement or apply the feedback from the ID. On the other hand, the ID is the learning design expert, and we provide guidance throughout the process. So we are like little project managers of every course, and we know exactly what to do and when to do it, or what needs to be done and when it's due. We provide feedback. We provide support based on best practices. We also help with the technical aspect of course building in the LMS, which is Canvas in our case, applying templates, the format, and just ensure everything flows seamlessly. And together as a team, we work regular work schedule, and we started implementing weekly meetings around the time of 2023 to meet deadlines to create a well-aligned course map. It's the responsibility of both the SME and the ID. And then this teamwork ensures that we develop course elements according to the specifications to the course map and the quality metric, which is QM, what we use is quality matters, while checking for accessibility, usability, readability, all the abilities. And by working together, we are getting ready or prepared to submit the course for an internal review, and ultimately leading to the creation of a high quality online course. So it's more clear who does what at this point. I have mentioned that we establish a better structured process with defined timelines and milestones. This is at a glance how it looks like. So it's a 12-week process. We start planning from week 1, the kickoff, signing contracts, making sure everybody is ready to start, enroll in the orientation course. And then we have about 4 weeks to design the course, which is the course mapping stage. Then we develop the course. That means we build using the course map that has been reviewed and approved for about 4 or 5 weeks. And then we dedicate the last 2 weeks to quality control. And this is an example of how we do it. So some of the tasks that I mentioned. So they sign contract, they schedule the meeting with the ID, and that will be weekly. They register for the orientation. So that's, and they participate in the kickoff. Then the course map gave us the defined structure of the whole course. They tell us if it's a 8 weeks, 16 weeks, 5-week course. So those are the options. They choose the materials. So if we need to talk to the bookstore or talk to the library, this is when we do that. And then we start building the course map. For that, we use backwards design. So Bloom's taxonomy for creating the goals, the course learning objectives, the module learning objectives align towards the course learning objectives. Then they select the assessment methods, activities, and materials. So all of that is part of the design process. Once we have a solid course map, it goes to a second tier revision. And then the lead IDs approve. And then they start building the course in Canvas. And for that, we have a bunch of cool tools as well as part of our improvements. So we have developed some templates for the syllabus with some language. So that helps a lot in the efficiency of the process. They just need to fill in the blanks with the specific information. We have a template for the schedule. We have templates for for example, module overview pages. And then we have these suggestions or best practices on how to accommodate materials, how to, we use sometimes the transparent assignment template to compose instructions. So all of that is part of what the instructional design really help in enhancing the learning experience. We try to use all of the LMS features, so the rubrics tools or the quiz tools or all the bells and whistles. And then during the whole process, we are always thinking about the quality standards, but then we focus the last 2-3 weeks into really quality checks, into reviewing that the course is meeting standards. We are very strongly focused on accessibility. We use UDL, Universal Design for Learning, and then just making sure everybody is ready for the internal review, which what comes next. So this sounds wonderful. How do you communicate all that to SMEs? Well, we created as part of our improvements an SME training. We call it the course development orientation, and it has had several iterations. So we learn from feedback, and this is what we have right now. It's a course that aligned to the process. It shares an example of a finalized project. So it's a course that they can see in practice what we are helping them to build. We use Canvas and Design Plus plugins, and we have all of the technology inserted in that. So, for example, module 1 or module 0, getting started, it's aligned also to the quality matters for standards. So we exemplify that. Module 2, it's all about course mapping. So we provide videos and how-tos. We have a lot of resources like Bloom's taxonomy versions. For the module 3 development, we have a bunch of templates and a bunch of examples on how to compose those instructions for assignments, how to build rubrics, etc. And then for quality control and final edits, we actually have videos on how to complete the self-review for QM and go through the accessibility checks, because we really want to empower faculty to know all of these, although the instructional designer is there to ensure it's being applied, especially for the first time. Yeah, it's a learning curve. So that was on the side of the SMEs. An important shift that we also did is we established a full-time modality of instructional designers. So full-time IDs, we were 5 in 2021, and at this point in 2025, we are about 13. And that really, helped us be very, very productive. As a fun fact, this is where we are located. So we are fully remote, and we really are everywhere in continental USA and Puerto Rico. So yeah, just fun people, and some of us are here in the audience. No, so to be able to communicate and be on the same page, everybody, on the same page, we created also training for our IDs. And firstly, we developed an online a resource and onboarding course, and that gives you the welcome, that orients you about NMSU Global Campus vision and mission and just the goals. But also it talks about the instructional design best practices that we implement as a team. I don't know if you noticed, but we use ADDIE for the whole process of, analysis, design, development. implementation, evaluation. We use backwards design. We use universal design for learning. We use inclusive approach for our and accessibility. So all of that it's part of what we communicate, like welcome, and this is what we do. We have held several sessions of an ID bootcamp, and the bootcamp has been a opportunity to cross-train. So we talk about the essential things that they need to know when they come for the first time and build courses together with an SME. So our processes, learning objectives, rubrics, etc. But we have also had some fun with sharing like a show and tell of what are you doing with AI, or what are you doing, that is with Adobe Premiere Pro, tools that we can just share with others and cross-train, which has been great. We also follow a mentorship kind of approach. So when you are new to our process, you are paired with a seasoned instructional designer and their SMEs, and you are shadowing in the meetings, you are learning, and little by little you get to do some of the tasks that we do. So training by doing. So this has also been, I think, very successful on getting our new IDs fast to lead their own processes as well. And then with all of this time that we have from 2021 on, we have developed a bunch of templates, checklists. So now the work is just easier, it's more transparent. And of course, it's not perfect, but it's way better than when I arrived in 2021. And John was there in 2021, and we're like, what are we going to do? So now we're telling people this is what we do, how we do it, and we are pretty successful. So overall, as a summary, we defy chaos by doing faculty, incentives, stipends, a clearly defined contracts, badging. We have clear ID and SME roles and expectations, and we communicate that throughout the team. We have now a systematic process and defined timeline and benchmark, as you saw. We have trainings and resources for IDs and SMEs. We hire more full-time IDs, and that led to completed course projects. So we're very happy so far. 2025 is here, is not part of the graphic, but we are growing. We're at 45 courses this semester and maybe 50 for the summer. It's not future, it's a now improvement, but when I started this presentation, it was a future improvement, and we will see the results later. We have now a multimedia specialist that is going to help us really enhance multimedia for online courses. So this person will give us best practices and just the service of, let's say, video editing or multimedia creation using Articulate products or whatever we invent soon. So this is new, and this is good for us to really focus on design, development in LMS, but now we have this person that is another enhancement. We also have a new dedicated online librarian. So now we have a go-to person to help the faculty member with resources, to maybe help with the guides for students on how to do research. And it's going to be fantastic. So these are new, and just more collaborators in the process, which is awesome. And I wanted to share. So throughout this process, we have been asking, surveying our participants, our faculty members, our students, and even our IDs after the boot camp or the training. And this testimonial is specific from a faculty member from spring 2024, really like summarizes everything about the positive impact on their course development, not only for the course they were working during CDI, but from there on in their other online courses. They had a good structure, framework, good resources, and just make them, reflect on their own teaching strategies and make courses innovative and just enhance learning outcomes. So this is a nice testimonial to read because all of this work is really paying off, which is awesome. Uh, we IDs, and this is an improvement to make eventually, we don't have necessarily the access to the students' survey data, but this professor who worked with me, she was very, very happy when she surveyed the students and the students talk about the course design. And in this testimonial, the person is just, sorry, I think this is the person. My bad. Okay. So this student is saying that the materials were thoughtfully selected and aligned with the assignments. So it wasn't like busy work or something that she couldn't I'm saying she or they couldn't understand what was for. So it was very like on purpose and thoughtful. So this is super good to hear. And yeah, super happy to hear that. And I think I talk very fast, but this gives us an opportunity to questions, comments.
So I'll jump in because I got two through chat. One of them is, did I hear right that New Mexico Global Campus develops up to 40 to 50 courses in each semester? And how large is that team?
So 40 courses were developed by 9 to 10 IDs. I'm trying to, I think it's 9 to 10, depending on the responsibilities. We have some seniors, some lead IDs, so we share other tasks, but yes, it is hard work. So 40 for now, 50 in the summer because we just hire 4 more. So that will be more.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mhm.
So another question, I actually have two more. Other than IDs, what about the multimedia team slash studio? Video development alone can take a lot of time, so is a 12-week period sufficient for all courses, regardless of need for videos and perhaps even animations or specialized graphics?
This is a great question, and yes and no, and all of the above. So, the multimedia specialist is kind of a new thing. All of the IDs do everything. We're jack of all trades, and we try to offer certain basic services. Let's say your video is going to be um, good enough for accessibility, uh, but not all of them will have the enhancements. We are trying to have this person help us, so we kind of have a request for service form, and the multimedia specialist, who might be here probably, she will help us if she can and she has the time. We have had identified courses beforehand that want to go through a special multimedia cohort, and those are like 5 courses per semester because this is just taking off. And then for the other services, we're still defining. um, uh, we do have the help from this multimedia specialist, but some of the courses don't go through that. And then we always say, maybe at the later edition of your course, we can still build a course in the 12 weeks. It's going to be QM certified, not QM certified, but middle standards internally at least. And then if you want to go do enhancement, we can always put you in contact with a multimedia specialist. I hope that answered the question. Let me see. And 12-week, is it enough? Yes and no. So we started with 10 weeks, and that was loud and clear that 10 weeks was not enough. So we added 2 more, 12. Sometimes we do like symbolic 12 weeks, but then we to have 1 more week to really do the finishing touches, because that happens, and especially if you want quality. So that is one of the things a lot of people have complained, of course, and we know, and we did some enhancements, but it worked for the majority, let's say. And then once you repeat, because you can repeat and go through CDI several times, several courses, now we have fast trackers. And we have people that in 5 weeks have, everything except, I don't know, the media or the final touches. But yeah, it's varies. But overall, 12 weeks, 40 courses, yes.
All right, 2 more ones that are hopefully relatively quick. One of them is, are you building any degree programs or just individual courses? And one that I think will be a quick answer, and you may share that at the end, is, are you open for collaboration with international IDs for sharing and learning resources, etc.?
Okay, so let me open the chat to follow with the first one that I just forgot. Okay, are you building any degree programs or just individual courses? We're doing both, but we are prioritizing fully online degree programs. And most of them are new since 2023. We work with department heads or program coordinators to build a roadmap. And from there, we establish priorities on what courses are going to be developed first. But we are also open or have a few spaces reserved to build individual courses for those very interested in building their courses, but they need an approval from their department as well. I hope that answers the question. And then the collaboration one. So sharing learning resources. You know what? I personally love sharing, and this is why I'm here. I'm not sure if we're there yet to really be open to the world. So one of the things we're trying to do internally is to communicate all of this training and resources and opportunities to faculty. But our NMSU online presence is limited to students, not so much to faculty. So we have internal NMSU web pages, and that's where we shared. So unfortunately, not so far, not yet for the collaboration and the sharing. Sorry. Any other questions? And I'm scrolling down.
I haven't seen any more come through, but if you're okay with it, I'll invite people to come off mute. If they have questions, you can put them in chat, and I'll make sure that we watch them. The other thing is, if you don't wish to be named, you can put things in chat and I'll read them out without your name. You can also private message me in Zoom if you have a question.
Yeah, and Erica, I know you're sharing. Let me see. I'm very bad with the chat. So if you want to unmute yourself, you're more than welcome. Erica works as the director of microlearning at NMSU Global as well. So she's a coworker. And because I explained before, I work on the academic side of courses. This is the microlearning side. So Erica, whatever you want to
Well,
share.
hello there. Zelma is amazing, absolutely amazing. And microlearning is a newer part of the NMSU Global Initiative. And so where NMSU Global stuff is still kind of in the beginning stages, we are in the absolute infant stages, but we get to be a little bit more agile and innovative. And so we are developing microlearning courses, which are bite-sized bits of information to help people upskill and reskill. And so we are completing learning pathways as opposed to degree programs. So I would love to speak with anybody that has any ideas or would like to collaborate in that area. And then as she said, that we collaborate across all of global as well.
Yes, and for those who are for a longer time in NMSU, and in that time that we only built 7 courses, we were able to collaborate with the microlearning, which we always call it the fun side, just because it's not, academic courses are more rigorous or more, I don't know, focus on other stuff. So yeah, microlearning is the fun side.
I've never been called the fun side before.
You have not. Well, you're pretty recent. We used to call it that way. So, Kayla. Any other questions? So yeah, I haven't. Chat is clear, and feel free to unmute yourself. Anything that is you're curious about, happy to share. If all of your questions were answered, thank you so much for joining me in this journey. And yeah, anything I'm happy to share. We grow a lot in the past few years, and we have an amazing leadership team and just admins that are aware of the importance of our service of instructional designers. So we have been able to grow together and have a wonderful, wonderful team of talented people. So I'm just excited to share our journey and lessons learned and how we get to be so amazing. And that's it.
All right.
Brandon.